Hi everyone, welcome to the session. Guys, in this video, I'm going to discuss 50 most expected questions for IPMAT 2026. So, do practice these questions. They will definitely help to boost your preparation, right? So, a suggestion from my side would be first try to solve the question on your own, right? Pause the video, try the questions, and then refer to the solution, right? So, let's start. What is the first problem here? Question is how many positive integral values can x take that satisfy the inequality x minus 8, x minus 10, x minus 12 up to x minus 100, and I want the value to be less than 0. Right. So for what values of x, left hand side will be negative. Less than 0 is basically negative. So first of all, what I'll do, let's see how many terms I do have here. So clearly 8, 10, 12. देखोगे यहाँ पे 8, 10, 12 up to 100. So up to 100 I have 50 even numbers, right? इस सीरीज में 8 है, 10 है, 12 है, 14, 16, 18. तो I can directly calculate the number of terms will be 47 यहाँ पे. Why 47? क्योंकि 100 तक we have 50 even numbers. So 2, 4, 6 is not included. तो 50 में से आप 3 हटा दो तो total how many terms I have? 47 terms are there. Okay, so these are 47 terms. Now clearly I cannot substitute x as 8, 10, 12, 14 and so on till 100. ठीक है, आप x की वैल्यू को 8 नहीं रख सकते, रीजन बीइंग दिस विल बिकम 0, तो होल इक्वेशन विल बिकम 0 एंड आई नीड अ वैल्यू लेस देन 0, नॉट 0, राइट? x को 10 रखेंगे तो अगेन होल विल बिकम 0. नाउ वी डू नॉट नीड टू चेक x मोर देन 100. Why? Because अगर x 100 से बड़ा होगा तो all the values will be positive, right? And product will automatically become greater than 0. So that means I have to check only up to 100. So up to 100 I cannot take these values. तो ये values obviously कितनी है? 47 values होंगी ये 8 से लेके 100 तक. These I cannot take. Okay, let's see. अगर हम x को रखते हैं for example 1. अब आप देखो x को 1 रखोगे तो this value will be negative. This value will be negative. This value will be negative. In fact, all the 47 terms will be negative. है ना? अगर हम x को 1 रखते हैं, all the 47 terms will be negative. And I know that अगर हमारे पास even number of negatives है, so that will be positive. But if I have odd number of negatives, so that will be negative ना? वो तो negative ही रहेगा. तो जब हम x को 1 रखते हैं, तो all the terms will be negative. And how many terms I have? 47 terms. So there are 47 negative. So at x is equal to 1, the value will be negative or less than 0. That means 1 पे मेरे को मिलेगा. Same situation 2 पे होगा. All the values will be negative. Same on 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So 1 से लेके 7 तक if I substitute any values from 1 to 7, if I substitute any value, the answer will be negative, right? Answer उस केस में क्या रहेगा? Negative ही रहेगा. These 7 values are allowed. Okay, now let's go for x is equal to 9. 8, 10, 12 मतलब इसके बाद even number को we do not have to check. Let's check 9. So when I substitute x as 9, so I will get first term will be positive and rest all the terms will be negative, right? Rest all terms will be negative and कितनी terms मिलेंगी मुझे negative? I have 46 terms as negative. अब number of negative terms are even, तो इन सबका जो product होगा that will be positive. तो ये तो प्लस है तो ऑलरेडी पॉजिटिव है. इस केस में वैल्यू विल बी ग्रेटर देन 0, सो x इज इक्वल टू 9 विल नॉट सेटिस्फाई माय कंडीशन. ओके, लेट्स गो विद x इज इक्वल टू 11. ठीक है, नो नीड टू चेक एट 10, 12, 14. If I put x is equal to 11, these two terms will be positive. 11 minus 8, 11 minus 10. तो यहाँ पे दो terms positive हो जाएंगी, but all the remaining terms, अब remaining terms बचेंगी कितनी मेरे पास? 45 negative. 45 negative है, तो odd number of negative है, तो ये सारा value will be negative and negative into positive is negative. इस केस में आंसर इज 0, तो मतलब x is equal to 11 पे condition is getting satisfied. फिर लेट्स पुट x इज इक्वल टू 13. अब x को 13 रखते हैं तो दिस पॉजिटिव, दिस पॉजिटिव, दिस पॉजिटिव एंड द रिमेनिंग विल बी नेगेटिव. एंड हाउ मेनी टर्म्स आई विल बी रिमेनिंग? 44. तो इट विल बी ग्रेटर देन 0. x इज इक्वल टू 13 पे भी नहीं सेटिस्फाइड होगा. x इज इक्वल टू 15 पे व्हाट हैपेंस? दैट 4 ही पॉजिटिव हो जाएंगे मेरे पास and 43 will be negative, right? 43 negative, तो this will be less than 0, तो 15 पे भी satisfied होगा. तो now एक pattern मेरे को यहाँ पे दिख रहा है कि at 11 then at 15, 15 के बाद होगा 19 पे and so on. The alternate odd 11 पे है तो उसका alternate odd कौन सा है 15, फिर उसका alternate odd कौन सा है 19, like this up to 100. तो लास्ट कौन सा होगा 99. तो लेट्स चेक हाउ मेनी टर्म्स आर देयर. A plus n minus 1, B, difference is 4, right? And that is equal to 99. So n minus 1 into 4, 88. So it will be 22 times. N is equal to 23. 23 values of x are these 11, 15, 19. And how many values are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 values are these. So 23 values and these 7 values, total 30 values. How many values can x take? X can take 30 values that will satisfy this condition, right? Okay, let's move to the next situation, right? So these 7 values and these 23 values, total 30 values x can assume. Let's see second one. How many integral values can x take that satisfy the inequality? We have to check for the integral values that this product has to be less than 200. Now see what values x cannot take. I cannot put x as 0, right? I cannot put x as minus 2. I cannot put x as minus 4. I cannot put x as minus 6 because in values pay it will be 0. I want the product to be less than 200. Okay, I need the product to be less than 200. Okay, that means it can take na, right? Product is less than 200, not negative. So these values, clearly these 4 values are allowed because at x is equal to 0, whole will become 0. At x is equal to minus 2, at minus 4 and minus 4, minus 6, they will become 0 and less than 200. So it is allowed. Let's start by putting x is equals to 1. Let's check. अगर हम x को 1 रखते हैं तो क्या प्रोडक्ट मिलता है 1 into 1 plus 2 3 into 1 plus 4 5 into 1 plus 6 7. So 5 3s are 15, 15 7 times 105. So this is satisfied, less than 200. Let's check x is equals to 2. If I put x is equal to 2, the product would be 2 into 2 plus 2 4 into 2 plus 4 6 into 2 plus 6 8, right? So it is 4 2s are 8, 8 8s are 64, 64 6 times. It is coming out to be 384, right? Which is not allowed because I want the product to be less than 200. Now no need to go further because अगर 2 पे ही वो 384 आ रहा है तो 3 4 5 6 पे obviously greater than 200. So I do not need to move further. Let's go to the negative side. 0 को check नहीं करना है, that is allowed. Let's check. Let's put x is equal to minus 1. If I put x as minus 1, the product would be minus 1, minus 1 plus 2 will be 1, minus 1 plus 4 will be 3, minus 1 plus 6 will be 5, right? So 5 3s are 15 and it comes out to be minus 15, which is allowed, right? If I put x is equal to minus 1, so minus 1, minus 1 plus 2 is 1, minus 1 plus 4 is 3, minus 1 plus 6 is 5, so minus 15 is allowed. Then x is equal to minus 2. If I put x is equal to minus 2, the product would be minus 2, minus 2 plus 2. Okay, sorry, minus 2 to check karna nahi hai. I already have that as 0. Let's go for x is equal to minus 3. If I put x as minus 3, so minus 3 plus 2 will be minus 1, minus 3 plus 4 will be 1, and minus 3 plus 6 will be 3. Okay, so product will be 9. Is it allowed? Yes, it is allowed. Then at x is equal to minus 4, what I have minus 4, minus 4 plus 2 will be minus 2, and minus in fact minus 4 पे 0 ही आने वाला है, so that is also allowed. No issues with that, no need to check. then x is equals to minus 5. Let's check at x is equal to minus 5. Um, if I put x as minus 5, so it will be minus 5. Minus 5 plus 2 will be minus 3, minus 1, and it is 1. So the product is going to be 15, minus 15. It is also allowed. No need to check at minus 6. Let's say if I put x as minus 7. If I put x as minus 7, so it would be minus 7. Minus 7 plus 2 will be minus 5. Minus 7 plus 4 will be minus 3 and minus 1. Let's see. It is 7 5 times. 5 3, it is 105. Okay, so still acceptable. Let's put x as minus 8. So minus 8, minus 8 plus 2 minus 6, minus 8 plus 4 minus 4, and it is minus 8 plus 6 minus 2. Let's see, the product is 8, 6 fours are 24, 24 into 2, 48, 48 8 times 344. This is coming out to be 344, which is not less than 0. Now see, beyond minus 8, beyond minus 8, what happens? All the values will be negative. Na? This will be negative, this will be negative, all values will be negative. So I have 4 negative. So obviously their magnitude will be more than 200, because if x is equal to 8, I am getting 344. So at x is equal to minus 9, minus 10, minus 11, or whatever value you take above less than minus 8, that value will give you a positive answer. Why? Because I will be getting 4 negatives. I will be getting 4 negative. So if they are multiplied together, so magnitude will be more than 200, but sign will be positive with them. Right? If the sign were negative, then that would be the acceptable value. So how many values are allowed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 values are allowed. Right? So x can take 9 values. I hope the idea is pretty much clear. 4 minus 4 we have already counted here, so I'm not counting it back. So 4 numbers: 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. So there are 9 values of x that will satisfy the given criteria. So guys, next situation is find the range of x where you have mod of x minus 3 minus 4 is greater than 3. Okay, so the concept we are going to use uh, is that if mod of a is suppose greater than 3, then we know that a has to be less than minus 3, or a has to be greater than 3. And these two conditions will work. So if this whole value is a, then I have two cases, that mod of x minus 3 minus 4, this will be less than minus 3, or mod of x minus 3 minus 4 will be greater than 3, right? So mod of x minus 3 is less than minus 3 plus 4, it will be 1. It has to be less than 1, or mod of x minus 3 जो है हमारा, it has to be greater than 7. Now let's solve these two separately. Again, दोबारा I can use this condition कि this value is less than minus 1. When it is less than minus 1, if mod of a is less than 1, तो I can say it is between minus a, minus 1 to plus 1 के बीच में रहेगा. So it will be minus 1, x minus 3, and 1. Okay, so let's simplify this. Add 3, minus 1 plus 3, it will be x, and 1 plus 3. So finally minus plus 2 to 4. Okay, so one range is this ki x has any value between 2 to 4. Then let's solve that. If mod of x minus 3 is greater than 7, so x minus 3 has to be less than minus 7, or we can say कि x minus 3 is greater than 7. ये वाला condition. So x has to be less than -4. -7 plus 3 will be -4, or x is greater than 10, right? This these are the ranges. ये हमारे पास रेंज आ जाएगी यहाँ से 2 to 4 and this, right? These are the range of x that will satisfy this inequality. 2 to 4, less than -4 and greater than 10. Let's see the next question, guys. How many real and real unique value of x will satisfy the equation? This is the equation. And see, the right hand side we have log of 2 log 4 16. Log 16 on base 4. तो log 16 on base 4 की वैल्यू हम डायरेक्टली निकाल सकते हैं, that is going to be 2, because what power of 4 will give me 16, that is 2, right? So this will become, I can write it as log 2 and 2, right? Log 16 4 is equal to 2, and also log of 2 on base 2 is equals to 1. So the whole equation, this whole equation I can write it like this, कि log base 3 log base 9 x cube minus 27x square plus 240x is equals to 1, right? तो right hand side में I have 1. ठीक है, simple. Log 16 on base 4 is 2, because 4 square will give me 16, and log 2 on base 2 is 1. तो right hand side में हमारे पास क्या आ गया, 1 आ गया. Now let's start simplifying this. We have log of base 3 and power 1. So I can write it as log base 9 x cube minus 27x square plus 243x is equals to 3 to the power 1, right? This is base, this is power. Again, this is 9 is my base, 3 is my power. X cube minus 27x square plus 243x is equals to 9 to the power 3, right? 3 to the power 1 to 3 रहेगा, 9 to the power 3 is 9 cube, which is 729. ठीक है, अब we have to find the real and unique value of x निकालना है. Here I have x cube minus 27x square plus 243x minus 729 is equals to 0. ठीक है, अब ये इक्वेशन हमारे पास निकल के आ रही है. नाउ अगर हम इस इक्वेशन को देखें, x क्यूब इट इज, राइट? 729 को I can write as minus 9 cube. I have a cube and b cube. The formula is minus 3a square b. So 3a square, which is a is x, and b, which is 9. So I am getting 27x square. So a cube minus b cube minus a cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square, which is 3 into x into 9 square, and minus b cube is equals to 0. So it is the expansion of x minus 9 whole cube, right? X minus 9 whole cube. So x has to be 9, right? So the only unique value that I am getting is x is equal to 9 here, right? So I hope the idea is clear. The answer for this question has to be 9. Only one real value, that is 9. Guys, next situation is how many integral values of x satisfy this equation. Okay, let's understand it is, we have log base 2 x square minus 8x minus 19 log base 2 x by 8 minus 1. Now this is in the fraction and denominator and the base is same. So since we know that if we have a log a, a log of b on base a, and a log of c on base a, so we can write it as log b on base c, right? We can write it like this. So let's rewrite this equation as log base will be x by 8 minus 1 and number is x square minus 8x minus 19 less than 0. Okay. Now first case की जो हमारा base है, either it will be let's take the condition कि जो हमारा base है, first condition let's work, the base is between 0 to 1. ठीक है, the base is between x by 8 minus 1. अगर हमारा 0 से 1 के बीच में है तो it will be 1 x by 8 and it will be 2. तो range for x will be between 8 to 16. ठीक है, जो रेंज होना चाहिए बेस का दैट इज बिटवीन 8 to 16 अगर हमारा बेस क्या है 0 to 1 के बीच में है. ओके गाइस, यहाँ पे we'll use the condition that log p on base a will be less than 1 when your b is greater than 1, right? The number is greater than 1, right? ये कंडीशन हम यहाँ पे यूज करने वाले हैं. तो इट सिंपली मीन्स कि जो हमारा एक्स स्क्वायर माइनस 8x माइनस 19 है, इट शुड बी ग्रेटर देन 1, तभी ये कंडीशन सेटिस्फाइड होगा. ओनली देन आई विल बी गेटिंग अ वैल्यू विच इज सॉरी इट इज लेस देन 0. तो लेस देन 0 कब होगा? इफ माई बी इज ग्रेटर देन 1. तो लेट्स सॉल्व इट. एक्स स्क्वायर माइनस 8x माइनस 20 ग्रेटर देन 0. तो लेट्स फैक्टराइज इट. तो अगर हम इसको फैक्टराइज करेंगे तो आई विल बी गेटिंग 10 and 2, right? 10 2s are 20 and 10 minus 2 minus plus. Okay. तो इसको फैक्टराइज करेंगे तो वी आर गेटिंग द क्रिटिकल पॉइंट एज 10 and minus 2. It will be x minus 10 and x plus 2 greater than 0. Let's see. I calculate the range from here. तो minus 2 and 10. Okay, minus 2 and 10. Anything to the right side of 10. इस रेंज में the value will be positive, negative, positive. So the range is infinity to minus 2 and 10 to infinity, 10 to infinity. But let's see, अभी हमारे पास ये वाला कंडीशन भी है. एक चीज हमें पता है कि जो हमारा x होगा, because we have to ignore the negative part ना, right? Because यहाँ पे x हमारा क्या रहा है? Less than minus 2, so which is not allowed, right? So we have to consider this range, और इस range में भी between 8 to 16 we can do. So how many values are allowed? 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. ठीक है, these are the possible value from case 1. अब चलते हैं case 2 की तरफ. second criteria where जो हमारा x by 8 minus 1 है that is greater than 1, right? Either base will be between 0 to 1 और greater than 1. अगर greater than 1 आता है तो x by 8 greater than 2, x will be greater than 16. ठीक है, x has to be greater than 16 and इसके लिए we have कि log of x on b is less than 0 if x is between 0 to 1. ठीक है, अगर हमारा base greater than 1 होता है तो condition for less than 0 is that x, which is my number, it has to be between 0 to 1. That means I can write it like this: 0 x square minus 8x minus 19 and 1 के बीच में ये रहना चाहिए. ओके, तो ये हो जाएगा एक्स स्क्वायर माइनस 8 एक्स माइनस 20 इज लेस देन 0, राइट? तो फॉर दिस अगर हम कंपेयर करेंगे तो वी विल बी गेटिंग नो सॉल्यूशन फॉर दिस केस, राइट? इस केस के लिए आई डू हैव नो सॉल्यूशन, but for the first case I have 1 2 3 4 5, so 5 values are there that will satisfy this condition, राइट। तो इस केस में नो नीड टू गो बिकॉज हमारा जो रेंज है x का वो बिटवीन 8 to 16 होना चाहिए एंड द ओनली पॉसिबल वैल्यूज अलाउड आर 11 12 13 14 15 where this condition is satisfied, but second case के लिए there will be no solution, right? Because the condition for less than 0 will be satisfied in this zone, right? But x has to be more than 16, that does not lie in this zone, so there will be no solution. So only 5 values x can take. The next problem is p is greater than q is greater than 1, then find the maximum value of the expression. ठीक है, तो expression the expression is log basis p square over q cube minus log basis q p cube q square. So let's start simplifying. We have to find the is expression का maximum value. P is greater than q is greater than 1. That means both are positive, greater than 1. Okay, let's say I can write it as log p square minus log p q cube minus log q p cube and plus log q square. Log q square, so 2 will come out 2 times. I can write it as log base p हो जाएगा ये minus log p. I can write 3 को हम बाहर लिख सकते हैं 3 log q minus 3 log p on base q plus 2 log q on base q. This one ये वाला portion तो simply 1 हो जाएगा. Okay, log of p on base p, this is 1, this is also 1. 2 plus 2 4, 3 हम कॉमन ले लेते हैं minus 3 log q of base p plus log p on base q. ओके, अब सी इसके आगे हम इसको देखो कैसे प्रोसीड करते हैं. वी हैव 4 minus 3 log of q on base p plus log p on base q. So if I write it like this, 4 minus 3 log q base p, एंड यहाँ पे अगर मुझे बेस और नंबर को इंटरचेंज करना है तो आई हैव टू राइट इट लाइक दिस log p on base q. ठीक है, वी कैन डू तो 4 minus 3 बिकॉज द प्रॉपर्टी वी हैव कि log mn को वी कैन राइट एज 1 upon log nm. तो नंबर एंड बेस आई कैन सिंपली इंटरचेंज. अब सिंस वी हैव टू फाइंड द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू है ना, तो मैक्सिमम वैल्यू हमें निकालनी है 4 minus 3 टाइम्स समथिंग. तो अगर हम मैक्सिमम वैल्यू निकालना चाह रहे हैं 4, तो 4 में से कुछ माइनस करना है एंड वी वांट द रिजल्ट टू बी मैक्सिमम. तो मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा, 4 में से मिनिमम माइनस करना पड़ेगा, राइट. सो बेसिकली आई हैव टू मिनिमाइज दिस होल. 3 तो कांस्टेंट है, राइट. तो इसको अपने को क्या करना है, मिनिमाइज करना है. हाउ विल आई मिनिमाइज दैट? तो वी नो अ कॉन्सेप्ट कि number and its reciprocal. ठीक है, यानी if I have a number and its reciprocal, let's say x plus 1 by x, तो x plus 1 by x has to be greater than equal to 2, right? AMGM का concept use करके हम ये निकालते हैं कि sum of a number and its reciprocal has to be greater than equal to 2, मतलब minimum value जो हो सकती है उसकी 2 हो सकती है. Same situation is here, 4 minus 3 and I know that कि जो इसका minimum value हो सकता है the number log q upon p plus 1 upon log pq, right? That has to be, तो minimum value 2 हो सकता है यहाँ पे, right? The minimum value it can take is 2, right? So 4 minus 6, which is minus 2. That is the answer for this question. So the maximum value this expression can have is minus 2. Okay, next situation is in a cricket league. A particular team played 60 games in a season. ठीक है, in a cricket league, a particular team played 60 games in a season. The team never lost 3 games consecutively and never won 5 games consecutively. ठीक है, तो जो टीम है टोटल दे प्लेड 60 games in a season, but the team never lost 3 games consecutively and never won 5 games consecutively. If n is the number of games the team won in that season, तो n satisfy which of the condition? Right, मतलब basically n is the number of games the team won, तो मतलब we have to find out कि minimum कितने गेम उन्होंने जीते होंगे एंड मैक्सिमम कितने गेम उन्होंने जीते होंगे, उसका रेंज अपने को बताना है. ओके, अब देखो जो टीम है, द टीम नेवर लॉस्ट 3 गेम्स इन अ रो. The team never lost 3 games in a row and never won 5 games in a season. तो अगर हम उनकी विन को मैक्सिमाइज करें तो वी कैन से लेट्स से फर्स्ट गेम वॉन, सेकंड गेम वॉन, थर्ड गेम वॉन, फोर्थ गेम वॉन. तो कॉन्जिक्यूटिवली दे कैन विन 4 games. ठीक है, 5 games they cannot win consecutively and they never lost 3 games. तो they never lost 3 games. तो when we are trying to maximize their games, तो हम देखते हैं कि मैक्सिमम वो जीत सकते हैं कितने, 4 गेम इन अ रो जीत सकते हैं और लूज को हमें मिनिमाइज करना पड़ेगा. तो लेट्स से दे लॉस्ट 1. ठीक है, देन अगेन विन, 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 विन एंड लॉस. राइट, फिर विन, 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 विन एंड लॉस बिकॉज वी आर ट्राइंग टू मैक्सिमाइज द विनिंग्स. अब आप देखो आई हैव क्रिएटेड स्लॉट्स. ठीक है, 5 गेम्स के आई हैव क्रिएटेड स्लॉट्स एंड टोटल 60 गेम्स है. 60 गेम्स है तो हाउ मेनी स्लॉट्स विल बी क्रिएटेड? 5 into 12, यानी 12 slots are created. Now in every slot there are 4 wins. In every slot there are 4 wins. So in 12 slots there are 48 wins. 12 into 4 is equal to 48. Right? So maximum जो win हो सकती है they can be 48. Now let's see the minimum number of win. तो minimum number of win में क्या है? Since the team never lost 3 games consecutively. So the team had lost first, the team has lost second, तो तीसरा जीतना पड़ेगा. Right? Then loss, loss, win, loss, loss, win, loss, loss and win. Like this. तो यहाँ पे मेरा 3-3 के स्लॉट्स बन रहे हैं. 60 मैचेस हैं तो 3-3 के कितने स्लॉट्स बनेंगे? 20 स्लॉट्स बनेंगे. 3 into 20, 60. So in every slot there is one win only. Right? 20 slots means there are 20 wins. Right? तो जो मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ विन्स हो सकती है टीम के लिए दे कैन बी 23 एंड मैक्सिमम जो हो सकती है दैट इज 45. सो इट फॉल्स इन द रेंज 20 to 48. करेक्ट आंसर फॉर दिस हैज टू बी दिस वन. राइट, 20 to 48 के बीच में जो है विन्स हो सकती हैं. The next problem says कि which is the least possible number of cuts required to cut a cube into 64 identical pieces. ठीक है, you have a bigger cube, तो अब आपको minimum you have to minimize the number of cuts. ठीक है, तो minimum possible number of cuts हम कितने लगा सकते हैं so that I get 64 identical pieces. Right? अब सी whenever we want to minimize the cuts, जब भी हम cuts को minimize करते हैं तो we try to have a equal number of cuts in 3 dimensions. ठीक है, तो let's say अगर number of the situation is like this कि अगर number of cuts suppose एक dimension में हमने x लगाए, second dimension में y लगाए, third dimension में z cuts लगाए. ठीक है, तो जो pieces होते हैं, number of pieces, how do we calculate number of pieces? That is x plus 1 into y plus 1 into z plus 1. Right? This is how we calculate the number of pieces. तो जितने भी cuts आप लगा रहे हो, x the number of cuts in x dimension, y is the number of cuts in y dimension, suppose z is the number of cuts in third dimension, z dimension. तो कितने pieces निकलेंगे? x plus 1 into y plus 1 into z plus 1. Now since I have 64 identical pieces, right? 64 identical pieces. So 64 को I can write as 4 into 4 into 4. Right? 4 into 4 into 4. So number of cuts in this dimension will be 3 number of cuts in this dimension will be 3 and number of cuts in this dimension will be 3, right? 4 minus 1, 4 minus 1, 4 minus 1. So total number of minimum cuts which are required are 9 cuts, right? So with 9 cuts I can create 64 pieces minimum, और मैक्सिमम बोले तो 63 कट्स, कि अगर आप सारे कट एक ही डायमेंशन में लगाओ, राइट? सो n कट्स मींस n plus 1 pieces. So if 64 pieces I need, तो I have to have 63 cuts. So 63 cuts will give me 64 pieces. So that is for the maximum. And for the minimum, we try to divide the cuts equally in the 3 dimension, right? Or as close as possible. If we are not able to divide them equally, then we'll try to keep these numbers as close as possible, right? So here we have the minimum number of cuts, 9. So guys, our ninth problem is n is the set of natural numbers is partitioned into subsets, जहाँ पे S1 में we have only one element which is 1. और आप देखते हैं तो S1 में we have only one element which is 1. Then we have set 2. तो S2 में we have two elements, those are 2 and 3. Then S3 is the third set. इसमें element is from 4, 5 and 6 है. फिर S4 में we will be having 6 यहाँ पे हो गया तो 7, 8, 9, 10, right? तो जो set fifth होगा, set fifth में I will be having 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15, right? तो जो set का number है उतने ही elements उस set के अंदर हैं. If it is set 1 तो there is one element, set 2 2 elements, set 3 3 element, 4 में 4, 5 में 5 and so on it will continue. So we have to find the sum of the element in the S50. अब एक चीज we know कि S50 में कितने elements होने वाले हैं, total 50 elements होने वाले हैं, right? Total 50 elements are going to be there. But वो पहला element क्या होगा that we have to figure out, right? तो वो हम कैसे figure out करेंगे? Let's pay attention कि हर set का अगर हम पहला element उठाएं तो let's see अगर कोई pattern मिलता है. तो अगर हम first element देखें तो that is 1, फिर second element is 2, एंड थर्ड सेट का पहले एलिमेंट 4 है, फोर्थ सेट का पहला एलिमेंट है 7, फिफ्थ सेट का पहला एलिमेंट है 11. ओके, अब अगर हम यहाँ पे देखें तो क्लियरली देयर इज अ पैटर्न इज इन्वॉल्व्ड, लाइक 1 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 3 7, 7 plus 4 11. So अगला टर्म आई कैन प्रिडिक्ट इट विल, आई विल ऐड 5 टू इट, 11 plus 5 16. फिर अगला एलिमेंट विल बी plus 6 which is 22, है ना? तो इस तरीके से ये सीरीज चलने वाली है. तो आई हैव टू फाइंड द फर्स्ट एलिमेंट. तो इसी तरीके से इस सीरीज का जो 50th एलिमेंट होगा दैट विल बी द फर्स्ट एलिमेंट, एंड उसके बाद के 50 नंबर्स वी कैन इजीली बी एबल टू प्रिडिक्ट. तो लेट्स सी यहाँ पे हाउ दिस सीरीज इज एक्चुअली वर्किंग. तो हम यहाँ पे पैटर्न देखते हैं. एक तरीका तो है कि आप इसका nth टर्म निकाल लो, nth टर्म का फॉर्मूला निकाल के देन फाइंड द 50th टर्म. या सिंपल सा अगर मैं देखूं कि अगर 1 से इफ आई हैव टू गेट द 4, देखो 1 से मुझे 4 पे पहुंचना है, तो बेसिकली व्हाट आई हैव डन, आई हैव एडेड 1 plus 2, राइट? 1 plus 1 plus 2, राइट? 1 में if I add 1 तो I will be getting 2, 1 plus 1 plus 2 I will be getting 4. उस 1 में if I add 1 plus 2 plus 3 so that will give me 7. ठीक है, it is the second term. थर्ड टर्म है ये मेरा, it is the second term, 2 4 7. अब सी, अगर मुझे 4 चाहिए तो आई हैव टू ऐड 1 plus 2, 7 चाहिए तो आई हैव टू ऐड 1 plus 2 plus 3, आई विल बी गेटिंग 7. फिर इफ आई ऐड 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, राइट? तो इट विल बी 7, 4 3 7 8 9 10 11, तो दिस विल बी 11. देन अगला टर्म के लिए व्हाट आई हैव टू डू, फर्स्ट टर्म में आई हैव टू ऐड 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, राइट? तो इट इज 15 plus 1 16. तो लाइक दिस अगर मुझे यहाँ पे चाहिए 50th टर्म, लेट्स से S50, तो वो S50 मुझे कैसे मिलना है कि 1 में व्हाट आई हैव टू डू, सी इफ आई हैव टू फाइंड द 50th टर्म, ये तो मेरा देखो फर्स्ट टर्म तो 1 इज इटसेल्फ, तो दिस 1 इज इटसेल्फ. then I have to add the sum of the 49 terms. तो जो first जो 49 natural numbers हैं उनका sum कितना हो जाएगा 49 into 50 over, right? Because इसमें हम क्या कर रहे हैं, वन में we are adding the sum of the second term. कैसे मिलेगा? When we added one natural number, sum of two natural numbers, sum of three natural, sum of four, sum of five. तो जो 50th term होगा, तो 50th term में I have to add sum of the 49 terms. तो ये कितना होने वाला है मेरा? Let's say 25 9 times 225. So 22 is left. 25 into 400, 100 plus 22. 100 plus 22 is 1225. ठीक है, तो 1225 will be that term. 1225 plus 1 is equal to 1225. ये 1 भी ऐड होगा plus 1, तो that term is 1226. तो it means कि जो मेरा 50th सेट है उसका पहला टर्म will be 1226 will be the first term. Next term will be 1227 and so on. जो अपना क्या होगा 50th टर्म होगा. राइट नाउ जो अगले 50 नंबर्स हैं उनका सम अपने को निकाल लेना है. राइट, तो लेट्स कैलकुलेट जो 50th टर्म होने वाला है इस सीरीज का यूजिंग द एपी फॉर्मूला. 1226 plus 50 minus 1 which is 49. 1226 plus 49, that will be the 50th term of this series. right, इस सीरीज का जो 50th टर्म होगा that will be 1 n minus 1 d करेंगे तो d is 1, n is 50, तो 1226 plus 49. So 1275 will be that term, right? 1275 will be that term. राइट, तो लास्ट टर्म अपने को पता चल गई. नाउ वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द सम. तो सम का फॉर्मूला हमारे पास क्या होता है, n by 2 फर्स्ट टर्म प्लस द लास्ट टर्म. राइट, तो n is 50, 50 by 2 which is 25, and the first term will be 1226 and the last term will be 1275. right, so just solve this and we will get the required answer. right, तो अपने को बताना क्या था, basically the sum of the elements in of the subset S50. तो 50th set का हमने first element ढूंढ लिया. अब now we know that 50th set में there will be total 50 numbers. right, तो वो 50th number कौन सा होगा? first number is 1226, difference तो 1 1 का ही रहेगा. तो an is equal to a plus n minus 1 d से हमें क्या मिल गया, that 1275 will be the last term. तो सम का फॉर्मूला लगा लेंगे n by 2 which is 50 by 2 a plus l. इसको सॉल्व करके we will get the required answer. right, so I hope the idea is clear. Let's move to the next question. Question number 10 is find n if 2 raised to power 200 minus 2 raised to power 192 into 31 plus 2n is a perfect square. okay, तो जो नंबर है हमारे पास 2 to the power 200 minus 2 to the power 192 into 31, right, plus 2 to the power n. We want this to be a perfect square. ठीक है, ये जो पूरा नंबर है इसे अपने को एक परफेक्ट स्क्वायर बनाना है. ओके, तो लेट्स सी हम इसको परफेक्ट स्क्वायर कैसे बना सकते हैं. यहाँ पे है प्लस 2 to the power n. आउट ऑफ दीज टू नंबर्स आई कैन टेक 2 की पावर 192 कॉमन. राइट, तो 2 की पावर 200 में से यहाँ पे 2 की पावर 8 बचने वाला है, माइनस 31 बचेगा, plus 2 to the power n is there. Okay, so 2 to the power 8 here I have, and minus 31 plus 2 to the power n. Up 2 to the power 8 is 256, right? 2 to the power 192, 256 it will be, minus 31 plus 2 to the power n. Let's see simplify करके क्या बनता है हमारे पास ये, 256 minus 131, 225. 225 it is, okay, plus 2 to the power n. अब 225 को अगर हम देखें बेसिकली तो 225 itself is the square of 15. right, इसको I can write as 2 to the power 192 into 15 square plus 2 to the power n. ठीक है, plus 2 to the power n. Let's see guys, यहाँ से थोड़ा सा समझने वाला पार्ट है. देखो 2 to the power 192, right, we know that perfect square के लिए prime factorization should be any number raised to the power if I have prime factorization like this, the power has to be some multiple of 2. Any multiple of power should be in the multiple of 2 will be a perfect square, right? अब यहाँ पे 2 to the power 192 है, तो if I take 2 to the power 192 दोनों में से कॉमन, ठीक है, if I take 2 to the power मतलब n को मुझे एटलीस्ट 192 रखना पड़ेगा. लेट्स सी, अगर n सपोज इफ n वर 192, so I can take 2 to the power 192 common, and in the bracket I will be left with 15 square plus 1. ठीक है, 15 स्क्वायर प्लस 1, और बेसिकली अगर मैं इसको ऐसे लिख लूं 225 प्लस 1, 225 प्लस n, 225 प्लस 1, राइट. अगर मैं n को 192 मान लेता हूं तो 2 टू द पावर 192 आई कैन टेक कॉमन, उस केस में ये बचेगा 1. बट 226 इज नॉट अ परफेक्ट स्क्वायर, राइट. 226 इज नॉट अ परफेक्ट स्क्वायर, तो मुझे ये देखना पड़ेगा 225 में व्हाट पावर ऑफ 2 की कितनी पावर हम ऐड करें कि इट बिकम्स अ परफेक्ट स्क्वायर. इधर थोड़ा सा हिट एंड ट्रायल मुझे करना पड़ेगा. लेट्स सी, 225 जो है इसमें ऐड करना है, तो 225 15 का स्क्वायर है, 16 का स्क्वायर इज 256. तो अगर हम 256 देखें, इसमें से 225 हटा लेते हैं, तो आई नीड 31 मोर, राइट. बट 2 की किसी पावर से 31 तो नहीं आने वाला है, तो मतलब 2 की पावर n अगर 193 192 पे भी नहीं काम करेगा, 193 पे भी काम नहीं करेगा, है ना. लेट्स सी, अगला स्क्वायर होता है 289, क्योंकि 17 का स्क्वायर होता है. तो इफ आई सब्ट्रैक्ट 225 आउट ऑफ इट, 9 माइनस 5 4 and 8 minus 2 6. हाँ, तो 64 I can get 2 to the power 8. I can get 2 to the power 8. So that means कि apart from 198, I need uh, how many extra 2s I need? 8 extra 2s. तो अगर हम n को ले लेते हैं 198, let's say, अगर मैं यहाँ पे if I write it like this, let's suppose n is equals to n अगर हमारा कितना होता है 198 होता है, तो it is 2 to the power 192 into 15 square, or let's write it as 225 plus 2 to the power 198. Now if I take 2 to the power 192 common, I have 225 plus 2 to the power 8, and 2 to the power 8 is what? 64. So 2 to the power 192 into 225 plus 2 to the power 8, which becomes 289. It will become 289 because 225 plus 64, so I will be getting 289, and इसको we can write as 2 to the power 192 into 17 square, right. तो अब now the power is in the form of 2n, तो इसकी पावर 2n के फॉर्म में, 17 की पावर भी 2n के फॉर्म में, so now it is a perfect square, right. तो क्वेश्चन क्या था? फाइंड n so that this number becomes a perfect square. For this number to become perfect square, n has to be 198. Right? So n 198 is the value of n for which this number will become a perfect square.